Hello everyone. So in this video, I'll be starting this book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and will be reading each page and understand what the with the help of different stories what the author wanted to convey us, how thinking and thinking helps us by growing rich. It is suggested by Sandeep Maheshwari as well. So I just bought it and started reading it. So let's start with the first chapter, the introduction part. So the first page, introduction, the heading is the power of thoughts. And let's get started. The man who thought his way into partnership with Thomas A. Edison. Truly, thoughts are things, and powerful things at that. When they are mixed with definiteness of purpose, persistence, and a burning desire for their translation into riches or other material objects. A little more than 30 years ago, Edwin C. Barnes discovered how true it is that men really do think and grow rich. His discovery did not come about at one sitting, it came little by little, beginning with a burning desire to become a business associate of Great Edison. One of the chief characteristics of Barnes' desire was that it was definite. He wanted to work with Edison not for him. Observe carefully the description of how he went about translating his desire into reality, and you will have a better understanding of the 13 principles will lead to riches. When this desire or impulse of thought first flashed into his mind, he was in no position to act upon it. Two difficulties stood in his way. He did not know Mr. Edison, and he did not have enough money to pay his railroad fare to Orange, New Jersey. These difficulties were sufficient to have discouraged the majority of men from making an attempt to carry out the desire. But his way was no ordinary desire. He was so determined to find a way to carry out his desire that he finally decided to travel by blind baggage rather than be defeated. To the uninitiated, this means that he went to East Orange on a freight train. He presented himself at Mr. Edison's laboratory and announced he had come to go into business with the inventor. In speaking of first meeting between Barnes and Edison, years later, Mr. Edison said, "He stood there before me, looking like an ordinary tramp, but there was something in the expression of his face which conveyed the impression that he was determined to get what he had come after. I had learned from years of experience with men that when a man really desires a thing so deeply that he is willing to stake his entire future on a single turn of the wheel in order to get it, he is sure to win. I gave him the opportunity he asked for, because I say he had made up his mind to stand by until he succeeded. Subsequent events proved that no mistake was made. Just what young Barnes said to Mr. Edison on that occasion was far less important than that which he thought. Edison himself said so. It could not have been the young man's appearance which got him his start in the Edison's office, for that was definitely against him. It was what he thought that counted. If the significance of this statement could be conveyed to every person who reads it, there would be no need for the remainder of this book. Barnes did not get his partnership with Edition on his first interview. He did get a chance to work in the Edition office at a nominal wage. Doing that was unimportant to Edition, but most important to Barnes, because it gave him an opportunity to display his merchandise where his intended partner could see it. Months went by. Apparently, nothing happened to bring the coveted goal which Barnes had set up in his mind as his definite major purpose. But something important was happening in Barnes' mind. He was constantly intensifying his desire to become the business associate of Edison. Psychologists have correctly said that when one is truly ready for a thing, it puts in its appearance.
Barnes was ready for a business association with Edison. Moreover, he was determined to remain ready until he got that which he was seeking. He did not say to himself, "Ah, well, what's the use? I guess I'll change my mind and try for a salesman job." But he did say, "I came here to go into business with Edison and I'll accomplish this, and if it takes the remainder of my life." He meant it. What a different story men would have to tell if only they would adopt a definite purpose and stand by that purpose until it had time to become on an all-consuming obsession. Maybe young Barnes did not know it at that time, but his bulldog determination, his persistence in standing back of a single desire, were destined to mow down all position and bring him the opportunity he was seeking. When the opportunity came, it appeared in a different form and from a different direction than Barnes had expected. This one of the tricks of opportunity. It has a sly habit of slipping in by the back door, and often it comes disguised in form of misfortune or temporary defeat. Perhaps this is why so many fail to recognize opportunities. Mr. Edison had just perfected a new office device, known at the time as Edison Dictating Machine, now the Ediphone. The salesmen were not enthusiastic over the machine. They did not believe it could be sold without great effort. Barnes saw his opportunity. It had crawled in quietly, hidden in a queer looking machine which interested no one but Barnes and the inventor. Barnes knew he could sell the Edison dictating machine. He suggested this to Edison and promptly got his chance. He did sell the machine. In fact, he sold it so successfully that Edison gave him a contract to distribute and market it all over the nation. Out of that business association grew the slogan "Made by Edison and installed by Barnes." The business alliance has been in operation for more than 30 years. Out of it, Barnes has made himself rich in money, but he has done something infinitely greater. He has proved that one really may think and grow rich. How much actual cash that original desire of Barnes has been worth to him, I have no way of knowing. Perhaps it has brought him $2 or $3 million, but the amount, whatever it is, become insignificant when compared with greater asset it is he acquired in form of definite knowledge. Then an intangible impulse of thought can be transmitted into a physical counterpart by application of known principles. Barnes literally thought himself into a partnership with great addition. He thought himself into a fortune. He had nothing to start with except the capacity to know what he wanted and the determination to stand by that desire until he realized it. He had no money to begin with, he had but little education, he had no influence, but he did have initiative, faith, and the will to win. With these intangible forces, he made himself the number one man with the greatest inventor who ever lived. Now let us look at different situations. Study a man, okay, who had plenty of tangible evidences of riches but lost it because he stopped 3 feet short of the goal he was seeking. So we'll continue to that in the next part. So that's it for this video. Thank you.